Well, we're at it another day in the woods chasing mushrooms. And it poured last night. Poured. So as you can see, everything, even though it's not raining now, it's just dripping and wet. So it's going to be a wet day today for sure. But we're going to drop way down there in that hole right there. All the way down to the bottom, down by the river. And we're going to see what we can find. Should be pretty brushy, should be really wet. So we'll see what we get. Talk to you guys in a few. Dropping down in here now. And there's another good patch right here. We're not making it very far so far today. It's been pretty good. You can see here. I'll show you all these ones. I can't try to be a professional videographer here. You can see them all up through the sticks here. The one thing I notice as the years progress, you know, later in the year anyway, is the mushrooms go from being in the very thick stuff to out here more in this open stuff. And I don't know if that's just random coincidence for me or if that's actually the case for most people, but I do notice that happens a lot for me. Is I've walked through this exact spot 4 or 5 times this year and haven't seen but 1 or 2 little tiny mushrooms right through here. So now here we are late in the year and they're here. So we're gonna pick these ones and then we'll move down the hill and I'll get up to you guys there. Here's something pretty cool. You can see this is the tree they tied off on when they logged this country God knows how long ago. That is a giant tree. It's hard to see in frame, but it's, God, I bet you it's 6 feet across just at the base right there. It's a big old tree. But you can see how they cut into it and put the cable onto it to cut all these trees out of here years ago. We didn't have to actually come down too far. We found our first mushrooms of the day. Nice little clump of blacks right there. And we're only, I mean, you can see up through the trees right there. We're only 300-400 yards down here. And we already got our first mushrooms of the day. There's a few over there. Another one there. And a couple more by that fern. You probably can't see them, but we're going to start by picking these things first thing this morning. A couple more up over here. We got some more down here under this fern right here. And one thing this year, usually this time of year, in Oregon anyway, on the coast, because these have been up for a little while now, is usually these things are in pretty poor shape by now, but actually this year, for whatever reason, they're still really nice. The weather hasn't been terrible mostly. It's probably why it's rained, but it hasn't been crazy and it hasn't been real cold yet. So the mushrooms overall have stayed pretty nice this year. We got another nice patch right up in here. That's pretty nice. See here, here. You can see up through there. All of those ones. Starting to get the hang of this GoPro, I think. There's actually a few more down there too. That's a pretty good start to the morning. show you guys this first patch. Pretty good little spot already. I don't know if you guys can see the difference, but this is what happens when it clouds up. You see how dark it got. Just big old cloud rolled over the top, and it is dark, and now it is hard to see the mushrooms. Like there's a black right there. And from here, you can barely even see it. So definitely a benefit of picking in the sunshine is just being able to see better. But I think we'll still do pretty good down through here. Luckily, I've picked this area for a very long time. And once you find where they primarily grow in the same spots every year. Some year more, some year less. Sometimes that one patch may not have any. But primarily, you can go in the same area. You can pick the same patches every single year. So once you get out there and learn some, remember them, because then you will know where to go the next year. Well, got some little hedgehogs right here. You see, nice little runner of them. It's always cool how they grow like that. Little stringers of them. And in fairy rings, sometimes you'll see them in big circles, but they always seem to grow like that. Well, we got another patch of blacks here. I'll show you guys. If you notice, one thing today is it's very open. Like I was saying earlier, it seems like later in the year they come up in the open stuff. So let's take a look at this real quick. Got some here. And you can see they grow all the way through. All the way through here. And there's a big runner of them here. Up through there. And all the way through up there. There's actually something further up, but this camera is not zoomed real far to see them, so you just have to take my word that they're there. There's more up there too. But we'll get to picking them real quick and show you guys what I get from right here. So here's what that one patch produced right here. It's just this little circle around this old stump right there. It's just that right there. Which is a pretty good little pile for one spot. You can see next to the bucket, it's a pretty good pile. So we're gonna keep going down the hill, and I found a couple shanties over there too. So we'll keep looking for both, see what we can get. Looks like the sun's coming back out, so that's a good thing. We're gonna go down through there still. Quite a ways to go. Hopefully it's good all the way down. We got a few down through here. Not sure if you guys can see it or not, but there's actually some more over there too. I can see quite a few, so I'll get those after these ones. It's been overall a very good year on blacks this year, but terrible for price, but really good for picking, which is usually how it works. The more mushrooms, obviously, the less they're willing to pay for them. Right here and see if I can't shoot this bunch up, guys. Bunch up in here, in there, there, all up through there, then we come this way, and there's some all through right here. And you can see the kind of habitat we're in here. Same thing, fir trees and oak trees. If you're out looking for blacks, that's probably what you should be in. A lot of this huck brush. You get underneath, crawl up underneath this huck brush, and you'd be surprised sometimes what's under there. How's it going, guys? See if I can stand under the light here. Obviously it still gets dark way early in the middle of the night, or middle of the afternoon basically still, but I wanted to shoot you guys a closing video. I shot quite a bit down the hill. I'm not sure what we'll end up using because it got pretty nasty towards the end of the day, but here's what I got for the day. Right here, hard to see without light of course, but we got 3 baskets today, the blacks, and we got a little bit of everything else, the hogs and a few shanties and stuff like that, but I just threw those in the cooler. So, but I want to show you guys and let you guys see what I got for the end of the day, and we'll see you next time.